Oh, welcome back to the channel. Eating some fire-ass pineapple pizza with cheese crust. I don't know if you can see that, but damn. That's what I just ate. Fucking very appreciative of that. Of course, it's out of the fucking trash, but anyway. So today's video I've been wanting to make for a while. I'm going to label it Demons or something like that. But I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. There's a lot of it. And I bet you would park right around now. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Well, I do want to hear. Anyway, so, gotta start this off. First off, I'm on day 4 not smoking. I'm very proud of that. I can literally feel psychological blocks on this topic now that I'm actually sitting here. That's interesting. All right, so the truth is, it's just a word I'm using. I'm just going to describe to you the events that I've gone through. I'm going to describe to you some of my experiences. You can label it any way you want. When I say demon, you know, from a David Icke perspective, you could say aliens that, since you're genetically mixed to a point where you have a reptilian brain anyway, or your DNA is crisscrossed, that they can just hack you anytime. So people that be walking down the street and think, I'm going to do this or that. Your thoughts are not your own. Your thoughts are picked up. Dude, you can watch TV shows now. There's TV shows now of people that do murder investigations with psychics. And they're accurate as fuck. I was just watching it with Kevin Taylor Jones, that famous rich guy I was talking about, the writer. I was sitting on a sailboat and we were watching these two chicks. They get a bunch of people and they know some of the information of the murder or the event. And they ask them questions, and the ones that have the highest score rating on accuracy of what they do know, you know, I'm seeing a person with this car. It's a 1968 blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, that's the fucking car. You're hired. And then they go out and they like literally walk up. They like figure out the location. They figure out what happened. They're talking to the person that's dead during the whole, because in the spiritual realm, time's an illusion. So they're alive. Time's an illusion, to keep it simple. See, look, I knew if I was doing this, nobody ever walks this fucking way. Some guy walking down the street fucking chanting right now. But no, they fucking hire hey! So they hire these people, right? And they go down and they fucking figure out these murders with no evidence at all. Yeah, this motherfucker just chanting. See, even my dog barking. Ooh, I felt that. Fucking spiritually attacked me. Damn. Looking pretty fly, though, for a dude. He's got cool pants. Anyway, sorry. They really hate when I talk about this topic. I hate the fact that they make it so difficult for me when I talk about it, so you can eat my dick. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to quit smoking, because that's a possession on itself. And just me being a part of that, that's when I'll have memory loss in the middle of a speech or something, just because they do that. Anyway, let me just tell you my fucking experiences, all right? You can have your theories on how it works and all that. I will give you one more example of what I know for a fact that what I'm talking about is true. Watch the Matrix movies. All right, if you watch the Matrix movies, Mr. Smith is who I'm talking about. In my life, I deal with Mr. Smith all the time. He jumps people, into people, all the time. He's jumped into my mom. He's jumped into this dude in the hood. He's jumped into this guy I was working at a construction office with. All the time. And the motherfucker knows me. Like, let me just explain. It's so serious. It's not that serious. Chill out. Well, let me give you some examples. All right. So, I was friends with two people. One's these two girls. One was April and Alicia. Alicia was possessed. She's possessed. It's hard to describe her possession. It's fucking interesting. I really won't want to get, because I could sit here and talk about it all day. So I'm really just wanting to sum up some quick examples. For one, me and April, she's a Cancer Sun, Scorpio Moon, Cancer rising in the 28th degree. I'm a Cancer rising in the 29th degree. AKA, what does that mean? Well, Cancer is really sensitive to other sentient beings. AKA, I can walk into a room and I can feel living presences. It's my power. Water feels how you feel. Therefore, if there's a living entity in a room, I feel how you feel. Therefore, I know you're there. Now, if I was a fire rising sign, I could see the fucking thing. Now, I don't see because fire signs are seers and feelers. I don't see the fucking thing. I feel the fucking thing. And I really feel the fucking thing. And whatever you can sense, you can control. Keep it simple. There's a day where me, April, and Alicia were at her house. And me and April could totally tell that there was, like, we could hear Alicia's voice. Oh, is that? Being like, you know how cool it is to be with another person and to go, you can hear that, right? Like, that bitch is talking. And the other person is like, yeah, I can, like, you don't even have to talk about it. I mean, because that's the point of us being Cancer Risings in the same degree. We were so in sync. You know, we go to the gas station and people can make money off me. My mom goes to the casino, makes money. She don't realize she's making all that money because of my energy. I'm made out of all the money signs. I'm a Scorpio stellium, a Taurus stellium, Captain, the Capricorn, which is the other, there's 4 money signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn, Cancer. I'm all of them. And my Capricorn 10th house is what's trapping my Taurus stellium, so I can't make money the same way I usually do. So a lot of the forces that be like me to be in their life so they can make money, aka April did that. Now, by the way, when I mention this, if you watch the Matrix movies, you'll realize that they say that these are the very people we're trying to help. But you can't trust them because they can be turned into Mr. Smith. You know, the girl in the red dress where he's looking at the girl in the red dress. Look again, it's Mr. Smith. So all these people I mentioned, my mom, all of them, I do love them. But when you're not you no more, you know, like I said, it's cool to have moments. There's a lot of them where I have moments with people where they're aware. Because, you know, they might live their whole life not have to deal with this shit. But now that I'm in your life, you're going to start seeing the shit I got to deal with. You know, a lot of you guys go to your jobs and you don't do anything. You don't have any plans to save the world. They're not going to pop up like that. Why would they? You're not. They are aware of what you're aware of. They can't stop you. They can try to slow you down. That's the best they can do. They can scare the shit out of you. You know, I've seen shit that, you know. So anyway, yeah, there was that time where me and her could hear her voice a lot deeper. I'm cutting off so much. But there was also a time with that April chick. I was sitting in the car one day with her. She's a housekeeper. So me and her would go, and we would go clean houses in this rich neighborhood. It was like us, not necessarily houses, but a place that you would go to that's privately sectored off that has lakes and things, you know, so you have to go through a gated community. But you pay big money to go stay in one of these nice homes and, you know, go play golf or go swimming and stuff like that. But, you know, you paid hundreds of dollars a night. Hundreds of dollars a night just to stay here. So we go in and we clean the houses and stuff, which there isn't much to clean usually after one night. You know, they're like vacuuming nothing off the floors because a lot of these locations are so nice. Nobody trashes them or anything. But this is not the first time we've gone. So I got the, you know, I know what we're doing. And I'm sitting passenger. And I remember I handed her my phone. And when I handed her my phone, it was very trippy. Because I handed her my phone for something. I can't remember what. And then she hands it back to me. Or maybe the phone was on somewhere and I asked for it and she grabs it. You know, something stupid like that. But I watched this whole experience. My phone was fine before she holds it, hands it back, and I look at it. And on my phone, it says, you know how when you go to Google, you ever pocket dial something or pocket, you know, something's, you know, phone's in your pocket, you pull it out and you're about to send a message to somebody. And it's, you know, this big, long message of random, you know, I eat cheeseburger, and just a bunch of random words and letters. Usually you hold down a letter, and it's like the same letter. That's not what happened. I look at my phone, and I see assassinate. I mean, it said assassinate like 45 fucking times. It's just a bunch of random words and sigh and shit. But then it would say assassinate. And then my phone started flashing in a stereotypical image of a demon taken from Google Images. Like, so I'm laughing. This is after I've already seen the darkest shit you can imagine on planet Earth. So, you know, I look at my phone, assassinate. Ooh, it starts flashing a picture of a demon on it. Oh, ain't that cute? I was like, oh, ain't that fucking cute. The truth about this conversation is don't make it so serious because a lot of you guys don't even believe me anyway, and I gotta chill out. But yeah, I was laughing about it. It was cute. Dude, I seen shit you wouldn't believe. I wanted to be an exorcist. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, that's one story that happened, right? That same time while we're driving to that job, right? So that happens. We're driving to the job. Maybe that wasn't the same day. I could mix that part up between the cell phone incident and another moment. That could be true. But I think it was the same day. I think it was before we left her house. And I'm going to go with the rest of it. Usually when demons come into my life, there's a mental block on some of the things that happen because I'm just well protected or something. Yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. But anyway, ooh, sense of smell. Forgot what it's like to smell. It's so cool. Oh, anyway, so we're driving to the job site. And on the way, you know, this, by the way, me and her get along great. She's never snapped at me or anything. She's very calm and chill during chaos. She's a Cancer sun and rising. She's a Scorpio moon, but she's Cancer sun and rising. So very sensitive and caring and nurturing is the energy. But I just remember sitting passenger and we were talking, and I could tell she wasn't her. Like she said some shit out of nowhere. Kind of like, you know, if you were like hanging out with somebody and you get really close and personal, and then I stab you in the fucking heart real quick because you're not prepared for it. Well, for me, I'm always prepared for it. Nice try. Like we're sitting there bonding. You want to be my girlfriend. You love me, and then I walk in a room and you're fucking my best friend, and you're just smiling about it. It's like, haha, nice try. I don't give a shit. You know, like that's at this level, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Like they do shit like that. They love doing shit like that. They're trying to siphon you. Like I said, you're in the Matrix. So if they can get you to be emotionally distraught, they eat that shit. They eat that shit up. They vampire that shit out. So I'm hanging out with her and she starts saying something. And when I hear these demons talk, you know, I know, but that ain't, you know, I'm not, what are you talking about, April? You know, I just, you know, I said something. And then I said, well, you can let me the fuck out of the side of the car if you're going to be like that. Like, you can pull over and let me the fuck out because I don't give a shit. Like, that was my answer to her question, whatever the fuck she said, because I didn't care, because I knew I was talking to a demon. Who do you listen to? First basic I mastered. Now you know why. So, I say that, and then she says something else. And I look over to my left, and I take my hand. These hands are blessed. I have a story about being on the mountain where I had to keep them above my head as wolves try to take my dick off, and I got magical powers from it, and I was able to control people with my hands. If you ain't listening up to my other videos up to this point, that ain't my fault, but that's part of the story. Deal with it. So anyway, this is after that. So I know my hands have something to do with a lot of things in this realm. Anyway, so my point is, I'm sitting there and she says something, and I say, you can let me the fuck out of the car, and then she says something else, and I look over and take my hand, and I tap her like that on her shoulder. And she looks at me like Exorcist style. Bends her fucking head over like that. Don't fucking touch me! I remember that shit. She looked over, fucking split her neck to the side and said, don't you fucking touch me. And then her face went to a blank state. Like she did that. Where am I? Like she did that thing. Or that thing was talking, and then she was like, where am I? To describe that, do this. Okay, see how you have to like change your facial expressions and your muscles? See how long it takes me to go like that to a blank face? No. I watched this bitch's face go from not her, something pulling her strings, to when she did come back to reality, it happened so quickly that the reset of the muscles in her face happened at a fifth of that speed. Like, it happened 5 times faster than that. It was I watched her face. What did I just say? She didn't know what she said. She didn't know what just happened. I slapped that fucking demon out of her, and I know she was aware that something just, and I explained that you were possessed for a second, and it's all good. Then we go to a house to do cleaning, and I go up and I find a yogi tea bag, and yogi means something by the definition, and it had a beautiful quote on it, and I kept it in my wallet for a long time after that. And we cleaned that house, and a bunch of other things happened. To be further on the story, because I want to put as much out of, I can't tell you all of them, and there's so much of them. That's why it's funny for me. I was watching Demon Slayer last night. I've seen the first season. It's funny because I was working at Waffle House, and a girl told me to watch it, and now I'm watching it, trying to watch it again, and I'm about to go work at Waffle House again. But in Demon Slayer, in the show, people don't know demons are real. It's really interesting. You'll watch the show, and these demons do all kinds of shit, murder people by the thousands and thousands, and most of the population is unaware. And as a demon slayer, you're not recognized by the... I just watched the last episode. They're about to get on a train, and they go, dude, you can't bring attention to ourselves. We got swords. They're not katanas. They're not recognized by the government as demon slayers. There's no, people aren't aware that they exist. That's reality. Not aware. Most of you are not aware. Why would you be? You're not posing a threat to their food source, which is you. You're not even free. You freak the fuck out. Things make you get scared weekly on a daily basis. Things come in and fuck up your energy. You ain't stupidly happy thinking you can achieve billions and do whatever the fuck you want. No. And all that energy of all those things you could have is being by them motherfuckers. Allowing them to manifest the matrix. Instead of, you see my videos, I move my hands, I move cars and shit. Yeah. Jesus, you're all Jesus. You're all Neo. Jesus and Neo are the same motherfucker. Do you get that? Think about that for a second. Anyway, you're trying to be Neo. You're trying to be Jesus. And forces that be, once you start going down that path, really don't like the fact that you're taking your energy back. So to give you a couple more examples before my time slows out. Well, for one, it was really cool because, before I went to the mountain, like I said, there was this time where this guy pulls up in a car and he goes, yo, dude, tell that lady, blah, 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 blah. And I always remember that look in his eyes. There's a certain look. This isn't necessarily a Mr. Smith takeover moment. This is like a person who's just so dark that they can never come back anyway. Because the way I describe it is I've got Mr. Smith moments. And people that are dark can be possessed. But there's some people, and I was talking with Kevin Taylor Jones out in Key West. We went to this Food Lion or not a Dollar Tree, but there was a store next to Dollar Tree, and we were going to it, right? And I'm driving him in the car. And me and him are aware of this shit. So it's really cool being, and it's cool because he's not just some bum. He's this worth $10 million, wrote books, banned by the Catholic Church. He's got credibility. He just sailed from Italy alone on a sailboat to Key West. Happy to meet you, other successful person. People that disagree with me work at Burger King and they never done anything in their life. You can disagree with me all day long. I don't give a shit. Look who I'm hanging out with. Ain't that cool? I'm wearing his fucking shorts right now. Ain't that cool? So anyway, I'm hanging out with him and we're going to like this, I'm going to say Food Lion, but it ain't. And before we park, he said, I got to go give some money to this demon because, his spirit guide or whatever, he follows his feelings. He's very aware of his gut. He has his own belief system and whatever, but it's working. He's getting results. I don't care what your belief system is in a sense because you're getting some of the results. So he said, I got to go feed this demon. And I was wondering, like, how does he know it's a demon? He knows he's there. Did you see him? He goes, no, he's always over here. I can feel him. Like, we drove past the building on our right, and he said, I got to give some change to this demon. I feel I need to. He knows the guy. He's met him before. But he didn't even see him. And I believe that. So we get out the car, and we walk over, and he's hiding behind this Pepsi machine. So I'm walking forward. On my left's the doors to go in. People are coming in and coming out. And here's the soda machine. And when I get around the soda machine, those eyes. He's right. This dude's a fucking... Because I see these guys all the time. Got these fucking eyes. And he's like, how you doing, man? He's like, how you doing, brother? Yeah. Ooh, chill out. Okay, yeah. Oh, gonna give me some fucking money, huh? Yeah. Oh, I know. And he asked for a request. He wanted coconut oil. He wanted oil. A certain kind of olive oil or oil. Canola oil. That's what he wanted. He's a bum on the street. He wants some canola oil. You know, I got asked by this chick when I was in the hood. She wanted to get some fucking cornstarch because she likes to eat cornstarch. I love to eat it all the time. Fucking weird, you know? So, but it was interesting because it was cool to be It was cool to be with somebody who, you know, had said, hey, look, I'm about to go meet this demon, and he's got those eyes. Now, rewind a little bit. You know, I was living in the hood. I came from the gateway of the arch, and I left on my journey, and I made it to the key to the west. The gateway is the gateway to the west, and I made it to the key of the west, Key West. Think about how cool my life is. Like, I made an adventure, and I left on my own from the gateway to the west, gatekeeper. And I found the key to the west. And there's a lot more into it, too, but it's a little too personal. I'm getting off topic about the demons. But when I lived in St. Louis, in the hood, I lived near Hyde Park. All the street names were very trippy, like Blair, you know, like Blair Witch and shit. Hyde is Jekyll and Hyde, you know, like the dark side of you. And when I lived in the hood, out of the many demons I seen, you know, there's gunshots all the time. I had a person have a shootout, and, you know, I slept in the basement. By the way, that Alicia chick brought me there. She brought me there because after I came back from the mountain, the forces that be were quite aware I survived. So all of a sudden, one day I meet Alicia and her boyfriend, and Yasser. Yasser's a dude who is possessed, who is not possessed, but is fucked with by demons. He talks, and he didn't believe in any of this shit. He graduated college and everything, and here he is talking about how they won't leave him the fuck alone. Not realizing that basically what happened was you started dating this Alicia bitch, who's a Black Widow. She's a possessed, dark demon. She's a demon. The other dude was possessed. He was getting fucked with by dark forces. She likes to do voodoo, magic. She likes to kill people through manifestation. You know, she's got a scar from a dude named Elvis stabbing her in the fucking jaw, which makes me wonder, what did you do so bad to get a guy to stab you? I think it's because you're fucking putting demons on him. I know that now. But she was very clever, very meticulous. Capricorn Stellium, 5 Capricorn placements. God damn, literally the devil. But no, she basically came into my life, and I felt bad for her. I gave her $300 because she was homeless at the time. And she pays me back by moving me into the hood with a big Russian guy, and she puts me in a hell house. Me and Kevin Taylor Jones were talking about hell houses. Hell houses are buildings and structures that amplify vibration. I was in an 18th century Mason-built home, and forces that would come in and feed off you. You could feel it. And I talked to people in the hood at Hyde Park. I went down to the park. You know, there's some of these couple black guys, and they would fuck with me. They would try to be like, give me your phone, bro. I want to play some fucking music, motherfucker. And I, you know, they would try to challenge me, and I'd be like, hey, bitch. Like, you know, like I'd attack them back, shut the fuck up. I ain't giving you nothing. You know, I was hanging out with these 2 guys, and the one dude started laughing his ass off because he's a white dude that's like quite aware. Like, like, I get why you're here. Right. Like, I know I'm here for a reason. I'm walking down the street in the hood with a fucking pillow and a Hawaiian t-shirt. I got so many of these stories. I could talk for fucking hours about it. It's really shitty. I got to really speed it up. I'm 23 minutes in. So I got to mention a couple demons first. Then I can describe this bag that I have over here on my right. You'll really like to see it. So when I was living in the hood, there was moments where I'd be walking down the street. You know, I'd see like 2 ghetto gang members. They'd sit there. They had that face. I was just starting to figure out that there's a similarity here about certain people with these faces. They got this certain face. You know, if I was to meet one, I can put it back on them right now. I'm not trying to tap into the energy, but they got a face and an energy behind it. Look at the eye. Like, you could see it. And, you know, that one time the guy spit on the ground, and I just walked right through him. I didn't fucking 180 flip a bitch. I said, I'm walking right through that motherfucker, and they didn't do nothing. They hate that shit. To give you an example of what a demon is, you ever seen those stories on the news about some guy gets in his car and runs over like 30 fucking kids or something at like a parade, and then starts doing a drive-by and shoots everything until he wrecks into a wall and dies? AKA, a demon hijacked the motherfucker, played GTA with him for a quick have a ball, crumbling and blood and murder.
and they don't give a fuck. And then they wreck them into a wall because they don't give a shit about the person they possess either. That's a demon. Now, the person that I'm talking about, how much protection do they have? I don't fucking know. You know, there's people that are hijacked like Mr. Smith style, and there's other people that are just demons. Like in the flesh all day. Like I don't even think they ever have a resort back to moment. I don't really know. I'm not trying to describe all that. I'm really just trying to describe actual experiences I've actually had. Instead of so much about the theories, because this shit's so hard to grasp anyway. That's how, mischievous they are. Bobby Hemmett has this quote about warfare. He talks, there's two ways about warfare. Direct and indirect, Aries and Scorpio. In my last life, I was a Scorpio stellium and an Aries moon. It makes total sense why I can sense these motherfuckers. My South Node's in Pisces. I'm a Cancer rising 29th degree. It's the most highest degree, so I'm the most sensitive to other entities. So when they walk up, and Scorpio rules like the flesh and the bone. They rule possession. So I'm a Scorpio. I'm quite aware how you take over people. Like I rule that land. I understand how you're doing that. So when it's happening, I'm familiar with the energy. That's what a stellium is. Somebody that's a soul that's fucked around in that energy so long it's good. It knows it. It's mastered something about it. So I'm living in the hood. I'm living in a house. Dark forces. That's where I started watching Demon Slayer, and I watched the movie The Old Ways, and I realized I'm going to be an exorcist because after going through the dark experiences that you couldn't possibly believe, I have no problem being an exorcist. Like, after experiencing that shit on the mountain, I really was quite aware that, yeah, this is probably what I got to do. Now, am I being an exorcist by teaching you how to achieve your dreams and goals and succeed? Or am I being an exorcist by walking up and slapping my hand on a motherfucker and they go, don't fucking touch me, yeah, and they leave? We'll find out. I got the rest of my life to hone my skills. But anyway, I knew I was going to be an exorcist or something like that because the movies and stuff were popping up and it was quite evident. And I'm living in the hood. Like people want to talk about, oh, demons aren't real. You live in a place like that. Gunshots all the time. I mean, I had a dude get shot at the back of my door. When I was hanging in the hood, there was these two, like I told you, those two guys, the one dude who wanted to borrow my phone. He punched my dog once. I remember that. I never brought my dog around in the beginning. He punched my dog. But he did it in a way where he wasn't going to get punished for it, and he did it lightly, but he punched my dog. He's like, yeah. Anyway, he looked like a 23-year-old, but he was like 40-something. He had a youthful face, and he was short. He was like 5'4". And we were talking, and I basically, he said a couple things, one of which was that he was part seahorse. That's important because I got something to show you in a minute. But he was crazy enough to tell me he was part seahorse once, and he made this, like, face or something. Yeah. Did some weird shit like that. He wanted me to drink out of the poisonous lake pond thing with tires and trash, and he said, you should drink from the water. I'm taking bits and pieces. It's really hard because there's a lot. There's just so much. It's really, like... Anyway, so he's a demon, whatever you want to say, or I'm dealing with a fucking demon talking through him. And he basically had a conversation with me where it started to sound like you want me to get a gun and start killing some people because it's us versus them. He's talking about people in the hood, and that some of them are enemies. And he said something I've heard a couple people say in this life: they're not even real. So who gives a fuck? Demons love doing that. See, I'm sitting here talking about this topic, and now somebody's screaming cuss words. And some. See? Go to the goddamn store. Look at this. Says Buffalo on his shirt. Some guy freaking out on his lady. Talk about dark possession. Yeah, see? Think about it. I'm talking about these topics, and then, like, this guy starts screaming at his old lady. You see him in the mirror.
It's kind of a distraction, so I'm gonna let it fucking be 3003. Yeah, you can deal with your own problems. I got a world to save here. But yeah, no, these people got problems. And then see, I say that, now they're leaving. I mean, obviously, if he was gonna physically hurt this bitch, I'm gonna get out and punch him. And now he's running up to her. What are you gonna do? Cuts her off. Okay, hops in front of her like, yeah, bitch. Gets in the truck. Where you gonna get in the truck? Okay, now they're getting in the truck and leaving. Yeah. Just the fact that conversation took place. Think about the dark forces that are trying to get around me. Just because I'm talking about the topic. Now I'm manifesting that a little bit by bringing up these events. But these events should be mentioned. Yeah, hurry up. I'm going to hurry this fucking shit up before I forget the ability. So I met a guy in the fucking hood who said he was part fucking seahorse. He wanted me to kill people with a fucking gun. I denied it. So then he started threatening me. Imagine you're living in a house with a dude. And then ghetto gang members down the street want you to start killing people. But now, if you decide to not do that, you're a threat. Because if you ain't on our side, you're on their side. That's what they said. So what you going to do? Well, I understand law of attraction and how shit works to such a high degree that I lived in the hood with the doors unlocked. You know why? Because no motherfucker's going to break down a door that's unlocked. They're going to feel it. Those dark demons and entities, I mean, on a conscious level, maybe you're talking about the person that's in there, you know, like AKA all of us have been possessed to a certain level. We're all under spell work. You know, you're all blinded, your third eye's closed. So you're not really, I say that, and that girl closed the door. The girl that's in that truck dealing with the guy, I guess she just got out and he's driving off somewhere else. He just dipped out. Now she's taking a walk and he's driving out. But that's funny. I say close and the door closes. See, I knew it was going to pop up. They're trying to tag into my energy like that. Yeah, fuck off. Anyway, so I'm living in the fucking hood and I don't want to kill people. I don't want to. So I'm not going to. But Dyer, he's going to kill everybody. Yeah, I know. I get it. Like, you know how many times these fuckers try to get me like that? They get me all the time like that. They really try to guilt trip you into making you think all, like, the fact that everybody else in my house is going to get killed now. Bet you would try to make me feel like that. Guess what happened to that guy? A week later, he got shot in the stomach. And I was talking to him at the fucking park. This is also around the time he, you know, got... You see this energy? You fucking bastard. Poor fucking life of this lady. Like, you like try to run her over with the fucking truck. Think about how dark that is. Like, you try to run her over. I can't, that's not my life. I can't do anything about it. You know, they're really just an energetic distraction here. But they're going to sit here and keep fucking trying to distract me from... See, think about how much... The 333. Think about how fucking amazing these forces are trying to stop me from here. Like, they literally had a guy scream... I've been sitting at this Walmart for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I've been here for 2 fucking weeks. Ain't nobody have an argument. Why is it in the fucking 30 minutes I decide to talk for once about something deep as fuck? They have an argument. So anyway, I'm living in the... No, I'm going to hurry up. I'm living in the fucking hood. This guy... I mentioned the seahorses. That matters. I mentioned the fact he wanted me to kill people. I didn't do it. He gets shot. Yeah, that's what you get for trying to threaten me. I manifested that. You get shot because you try to get me to kill people. I'm not doing it. You got shot. That's what happens when you're a dark force trying to take other people down. If you succeed, you kill them, and you're allowed to keep going on. You keep running over more people in the car. Eventually, they don't give a fuck about you anyway, and you'll get killed. So, you know, that's why you got to be careful. Who do you listen to? Anyway, so I didn't want to do any of that. And I was sitting at the park, and he got shot. And he, you know those glasses you wear, the little part that goes on your ear? Well, I see one on the ground, and he just starts to describe how he used that to rape a bird. He found a bird that couldn't fly, and he decided to rape it. And then he described that life is a series of experiences where you could do whatever the fuck you want. It's just pleasure and experiences. A lot of dark forces like doing that. That's the get in there and do that. That's their way to sell it to you. So anyway, I mentioned that demon. I mentioned Alicia. Let me look at this bag again so I understand. Yeah, Alicia. I'm going to describe this bag in a second. I'll describe it now. Fuck it, because I don't got a lot of time. So, all right. So, fast forward. After I met... Before I met Kevin Taylor Jones, I was heading deeper into Florida. And in Florida, I was waving a sign at a bridge. And this never happens. So I'm waving the sign. I feel the energy shift. I'm like, oh, what's happening? A guy pulls up in a car or a truck, smoking a blunt. He hands it to me. I take it, and I take a hit. The next car right behind him has a bag. He's a churchgoer, and he throws it on the ground because he already planned on giving it to me, but then he sees me smoking this joint. So get a joint from the devil, and a guy comes, whatever, that's better. A guy comes up that's, very opposite people, in a churchgoer, and he throws down this bag. It has Life Savers. It's a good joke. I get the joke because the energy is about that day on the. I can feel this energy is the same as when I went to the mountain. I can feel it. So I can just tell the similarity between the feeling. Like, this birthday feeling. Yeah, I get it. Oh, look, there's a gift for me around the corner. That makes sense. I was wondering why I felt like it was my birthday. I found a box with stuff in it for me. Oh. But anyway, so I'm feeling that feeling. I got hope for hard times, which is funny because you should hope for the worst because it's the best. Got a little God quote. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord makes his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turns his face towards you and gives you peace. Ooh, a little beat. God, they really trying to stop me right now. Now there's a bee in here coming at me. Deal with it. I don't give a fuck if I get stung. 36 minutes. Wow, you're really trying to stop me. God damn, even with the beef. No, eat dick. So, anyway, I get a joint, bag with lifesavers, $10, quote, all that stuff in it, and I walk away. And the instant I get back to my car, I'm at my car, and some girl pops her head out of nowhere. The car in front of me is a van-looking vehicle. It's black and red, and it has all the stuff that I would have on it has anime quotes. It has Star Wars, The Force, Power of the Jedi, Jedi mind tricks. It's got quotes of things that are very esoteric and wise. It's all on the car. So the car is vibrating at a higher level. I can just tell. So this bitch pops her head out she just, hello. I'm just sitting here. I'm stoned. I just got $10 and a bunch of stuff. And she goes, hello. And her hair is black and red, just like the car in front of me. It's not her car. But the fact that she pops in on the scene and she matches the car, interesting. So she's some chick that works at the whatever. She's got a mask on. And, she wants to give me a bag of clothes. So she gives me this bag. Let me move the camera so you can see it better. Okay. She gives me this bag. I'll explain about it in a second. It's a manifestation. It's one of my proudest. But she's sitting here, right? And I'm stoned. This is a spiritual attack. She's giving me this bag. But her herself has a very dark entity of fear on her. She's moving like this, and we're talking. And I'm describing how, I'm pointing out all the crazy things that are happening right now, like the bag and all the details on. Because once I saw this bag, immediately, I was like, holy shit. So I started talking about all the things I'm about to tell you. And she goes, well, I don't believe in any of that. It's just coincidence. And I go, there's no such thing as coincidence. I mean, I'm crumpling this bean that's attached to her because it thought if I got stoned, it could come in and attack me. They usually try to do that. Once my guard's lower, they like to come in like a fucking wave. It's so cool. But I'm not crumpled by it at all. I'm very happy. I got a demon bag. This is my demon bag. This is my demon bag. Let me explain. So she puts clothes in it. First off, I've lived on this planet. Look at that. I moved the camera. First off, I've lived on this planet for 25 fucking years. Never once have I ever had clothes that made me feel like me. Ain't that sad? I had a couple of Hawaiian shirts that made me feel like me. That was it. Up until this point, all the clothes my family's ever bought or whatever the fuck I ever got, none of it was me. I was wearing some other guy's clothes. 25 fucking years. This bitch, who I've never met, hands me her ex-boyfriend's stuff. Her ex-boyfriend was wearing my clothes. That's how it felt. That's exactly how it felt. This guy's energy was crisscrossed with mine. It's like, you can live in a world where he can have what he has. It's the best thing ever. And I can have what I have, but demons that run amok make it to where I'm wearing some shit that don't make me happy. And he's wearing some shit that don't make me happy because it's his shit that's actually mine. And vice versa, or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Point is, I'm getting clothes that literally are me. They just match me in this bag. the bag. Let me talk about the bag. So 3 demons that I've slain. Alicia, the dude in the hood, who, by the way, gave me a shirt. I met him through with a shirt. He was trying to hustle me with a shirt, and I got it. And he even trusted me to go walk away with it, and I came back with money. So there was some trust with me and the guy, though he was possessed and easily hacked. He got hacked, Mr. Smith, later on. But anyway, so him and my mom. My mom's my proudest demon I've ever slain. So with that said, on this bag, when I get it, by the way, I'm a child of Atlantis. This whole bag has nothing but references for me. So when I see Atlantis, you can see it. I see Atlantis and I see seahorses on the fucking bag. They're on the fucking bag. Look. There's seahorses. And the actual zippers look like microchips in the Matrix. This is how I'm seeing it when I first saw it. They got fucking seahorses, the chips like a USB drive, because you live in the Matrix. I'm a child of Atlantis. The lock, there's a lock that's just on the bag. It's just locked on the bag. Alicia gave me a lock when I went across seas into France, distractions, and she had a lock. I put a lock on a bridge before I met her. There's a bridge in Warrenton. There's a story about her with a bunch of bees, a swarm of bees, and she walks through them while a guy watches going, what the fuck are you doing? And she walks through the bees without getting stung. There's a bee, right? See, that makes sense. There's a bee right now flying in the back of my car. She has a story of going through a bunch of bees and not getting fucked with. Her last name is Bridges. It was before she married and got changed to Wormus. Perfect. Anyway, so her last name is Bridges. She has a story of a bridge. I'm Dyer. I have a story about dying. Anyway, so I actually, before I met her, put a lock just like this on that bridge. There's a, it's got the fence chain wrap around it. I put it on the bridge. Then I meet her. And I also got a lock when I went overseas to France and came back, which she didn't believe I would make it. And I made it. So with that said, I got a bag with the seahorses from the demon I slain in the hood, the lock from Alicia put me in the hood, and the most importantly at all, in the very front of the bag, like a trophy, is this piece of leather. And I got a lot of stories. I can't tell them all. This is a sacrificial dagger. There was a moment in my life where forces that be wanted me to kill my mom with it. And I realized that the only reason I'm having this thought is because she's trying to kill me. I'm not going to get into it. You can question me later about it. I didn't do anything, so I don't really care. But this piece of leather that's wrapped right here, I keep it because she bought me a leather kit once. She didn't care about my skills and hobbies I liked, but she bought me this leather kit like I was going to start having fun with leather. Like, what'd you think? We're going to be this tag duo where you started murdering people and I was eventually going to be your slave that, like, sewed them for you? Like, Anyway, so the leather, the fact that there's this patch of leather on the front of this demon bag is this is my mom, the demon that I killed that is possessing my mom. The same demon that acted like those seahorses and the same demon that is this lock. And I got it under a bridge. Like, I just left a bridge. And then I get it. This is my proudest manifestation. I don't care how rich I am in my future. This bag, if I could keep it, it's in my demon bag. 44. I told a lot. It's a lot. This bag, you have no clue how unbelievably happy I was. It was a gift from, it's like the head of a fucking lion that I fucking cut off. Like, this thing, you have no clue. Like, I got this bag. I had to deal with demons in the hood that wanted me to murder fucking people. Forces, entities that were choking me in my fucking sleep in a bed. Same person that called the cops on me 100 times and I had to deal with guns in my fucking face. These are the same forces that were selling crack and heroin down the fucking street trying to kill me. All that, and I got a trophy for the fact that I went through it. This fucking bag. It's so cool. Anyway, that's one of my proudest achievements is this bag.
I talked a little bit about demons, a lot more. We'll give you a tip on the knife thing. I got this from my buddy Jay. The sheath, I got it from April. And this leather piece I got from my mom's stuff that she tried to get me on. I had an interesting experience. I don't think I have time to tell it. But I remember that day. I will tell it real quick. There's a girl on YouTube. She has her own channel. She's a channeler. She's a spiritual medium. As I said, time's an illusion. So people that channel information could be channeling in the future or in the past from other people. So timelines work like that. There's a thing called timeline shifts. You don't get it until you experience it. So I'll give you an example. I'm watching a video on my phone driving to my mom's house. This is the day where we had our conversation, the day where she tried to send me to rehab, the day where, if you watch my Facebook feed or any of my videos of Roar the Tiger, where all that started. This was the day that I was sick and tired. I'm done with it. I know you're evil. And if you don't fucking cleanse yourself right now, I was doing an exorcism on my own mouth. That's pretty much what happened. So I was driving over there, and we were just going to that's how all I have to do is have a conversation with you. And before I made it there, I'm watching this video, and she goes, in this video, it was the only video she ever made that was really odd. She's sitting there channeling. She channels. We know this. She uses tarot cards or whatever, but she's sitting there on my screen in my hands. And I realize this bitch is in the room right now. Like, she's on the phone looking at me just as much as I'm looking at her. She's reading my thoughts while I'm thinking of it. Because it was amazing how she knew everything I was doing. She knew I was driving. She goes, all right. Now, you know, quote unquote, she said this, you know these are wolves in sheep clothing. So what you going to do? And I had a thought about the knife I got. Oh, I want to kill it. Because, you know, I'm crazy like that. I will say the most fucked up shit on my mind. I've had to. I've lived near sociopaths, narcissists, and psychopaths my whole life. I have to think out loud what the thoughts in my head are. You know, a guy asked me for change on the side of the street. Well, how about I first say, fuck off, eat dick. I'm a bad person. That way I feel clear enough to go, should I? I'm hanging out with my girlfriend. I used to say shit like, you know, I wonder if I could go fuck that bitch over there. You know, I've said fucked up shit in my life, but it's how I think. I'm thick-headed. It's how I think. I say it out loud. Should I murder you or not? You just try to kill me. I'm in the hood. I just disarmed you of a gun. Should I kill you? Let me think about it. Let me say it out loud. Should I kill you? Like, the shit like that. That never happened, last part. I'm just giving you an example. That would be how I'd say it, out loud, directly. So I'm watching this video, and she goes, you know this is a wolf in sheep clothing. What should you do? And I say out loud, should I kill her with the knife? And the bitch's face on the phone was like, she's like, because we're channeling each other. So when I'm talking in my world, she on a different timeline is, oh, no. And I go, no, that's bad idea. Don't do that. Hey, in the Bible, there's a guy who's asked to go kill his son on the mountain. It's the fact that he was willing to do it, but didn't have to. He was willing to do it, he didn't have to. I was willing to walk towards my death, I didn't have to. A lot of you ain't willing to do shit. So I really thought I had to stab my mom with this. This sacrificial dagger that's bent. It's got 3 hearts. This bent-ass blade dagger I got from a Capricorn Scorpio. This is also the same knife almost, I gotta tell the story. Anyway, but I don't do that. But when I pull up to my mom's house and I was having the conversation with the girl in the video, I understood what I had to do. I had to go in there and speak with her. And when I walked to the house and I knocked on the door and she opened it, she was possessed. She had this look on her face. Like, kind of like if you were gonna poison somebody, but you have to first get them into your house to eat the meal, you have to be slick with it, don't you? You got to smile. Hi, come on in. That's what I realized. The reason why I had a thought of killing her is because she's thinking about killing me. Because it was really out there. Why did it pop in my head? I was channeling her too. And I started talking to her about, we should have a conversation. And I'm talking like this, and then my mom just starts freaking the fuck out, and then calls my grandpa. It makes him turn on me, and then cops come, and one cop is like totally aware that this is demonic. He calls me Christopher due to the Jesus reference. And since I've walked towards my death for other people, I don't care if you think I'm evil.
Bro, you're the same fucks that won't risk your life to save anybody. I've risked my life to save 2 people. I've given $600 to the homeless. I've given my car away for free. So if I tell you I have a thought to stab my mom with this knife, you could say I'm evil, but the evidence in my life is I never did that, and I helped save other fucking people. And the motherfuckers judging me are the same people that puss out when they're in the hood and somebody pulls a gun out. So you can judge me as you want. What are you really doing? There's a bunch of demon stories I didn't get to tell because of time constraints and forces that be, like that girl screaming and the guy and all that shit. I'm going to end it here before it cuts me off, 3, 4, 5. But I didn't want to explain that knife thing. I didn't do anything. But the fact that thought hit me, and then I walk in and she's got this look on her face like, come on in. Like, very meticulous in how she's going to murder me. Anyway, I'm very happy it didn't play out that way, and I'm happy I got away from that narcissistical sociopath. And I'm happy I didn't have to use this knife. The fact that I had it, though, very interesting. I'll never forget it. Very cool story of my life. This is a sum up of demons. I'll make a part 2, part 3. I got too many of them. You have no fucking clue. Anyway, keep fucking rocking it. I do love you. Last tip of advice. None of this shit's gonna affect you. Don't worry about it at all. You're not a demon slayer. You don't have to worry about this shit. All you gotta worry about is nothing. Sorry. All you gotta focus on is who do you listen to? People that have what you want and been where you are ultimately yourself. When you know what you want in life, go after it. Doesn't matter what's happening outside of you, just go to the next logical step. When you get there, no matter what results you get, that's good news. And you will think of the next logical step after that. You want $1 million? Can you believe it? As I said, write down on a piece of paper a bunch of ideas because you don't really know what your next logical step is. You need to write it all down. There's some things you need to change in your life. I'm on my 4th day of not smoking. Oh, it feels amazing. Oh, I'm like... I feel amazing. I really mean that. It's so awesome. I'm going to end this. Yeah, I love you. Go enjoy your day. Go out and take an hour walk. Enjoy your day. A lot of this stuff, I'm just trying to get out there because I want to get it out there. This ain't really to help you too much. Though, when you see it, I like that little thing that flew by. When you see it in your reality, when you start actually working on yourself and making results, you'll see them. Don't try to see them. Don't try to see, because these things, like I said, there's 2 ways in warfare. They're indirect. They're Scorpio. They're hidden. They're very hard to, this is something that's going on throughout history, and they erase history. They eradicate it. This is like, it's in every horror movie you can imagine. A lot of it's true. 90% of horror movies, a lot of this shit is fucking true. It's really crazy. Don't worry about it. Ground yourself. Stay grounded. So go enjoy your day. Watch a good movie. Fucking take a walk. Eat some healthy food. Eat like a couple organic apples. I love organic apples. Go do that. And really just figure out what the fuck you want to do. And it's okay if you don't really know, but it's going to get defined. Work on it. Write it down with blue ink on paper. Write things down today of if you could have, be, or do anything. And money wasn't an object. Just keep writing that. You're going to have things pop in your head, and you're going to start seeing some crazy shit. Walk down the street, eyes open, don't know where you're walking for an hour. Just randomly walk. See what happens. You know how I told you about channeling? Who do you listen to? If I tell you to listen, this is the thing that fucks me up. If I tell you to go take a walk, if you watched a video at 12 o'clock Tuesday on May 27th, I'm making it up, whatever, on this one day, and in the video they said take an hour walk, and you take an hour walk, you will see manifestations based on the person who told you that, 5353. If I tell you to take a walk on the same day, on the same hour, and you take that same walk, where everything should be the exact same, the only difference was who said it on a phone. You're watching this video, take a walk at exactly 12:03, okay, yeah, I'll take a walk. But I say it instead. You made a different decision to click on a different video, and I say the same thing as the other guy, go take a walk. You don't get the same results. I tell you to go take a walk, big fucking difference. Big fucking difference. Because time's an illusion. If I tell you to go take a walk, you're going to tap into my energy just for listening to me. You're welcome. That's why a lot of you won't do it, because to be honest, you're at such a low level, you're not allowed. You would be crumpled. The magic would pop in, it would scare the shit out of you. You couldn't even handle it. So if I tell you to go take a walk, you're going to be just fine, 54, 45. You're going to be just fine, go take a walk, and I love you, do it. Go take an hour walk. Seriously, please, don't plan where you're going. Just walk and enjoy yourself. Believe me.